Hey guys, my name is Teo Yong. I'm a film composer, and today I want to show you something a little different. As we all know, film scoring and film composition is mostly orchestral based, but nowadays there's a lot of modern tools that you can use at your disposal. So it's not always based on an orchestra. So here I have a synthesizer called Zebra, which is a really good synthesizer. And over the years, I've made a lot of custom presets for myself and projects that I've been involved with. And let's get right to it. As you can see, I've got a custom skin. It's got my logo on it. Just something a little cute, I guess. Okay, let's get right to it. So I have like different categories here, and I'll explain what those categories are. These are ARPs, which is short for arpeggios, which is rhythmic stuff, rhythmic bits, something like this. Like that. So as you can imagine, it starts to conjure up images of action in your head where maybe for a movie like John Wick, where he's going around killing the bad guys and stuff like that, The assassin. So these are stuff that I've custom patches that I've made that they work well as layers. So I can layer as many different Zebra synthesizers together to make like a very cool action rhythmic bit, But for now, I'll just show you the separate components, which are all these different patches. For example, this bass. So it already conjures up images in your head, that of action sequences that can be used in modern scoring. Let's see what else we have here. We got the break layer. Let's try this. Ooh. Very pensive, very tense. As you can see, I've got lots of patches that I made over the years. Let's try this, the gravitator. Yeah, I've been using this one for quite a lot. This one, the hammering scrape, it's pretty good for trailers, starting a trailer. The summer, stuff like that, whatever. So basically, that's what ARPs are. They are rhythmic bits. Let's go to the basses. So for bass, basses are really essential for modern scoring, especially in action, thrillers, even horror and mystery as well, So I've got some dark basses like this. Different shades and colors of it. I put some ARPs here as well, just for quick reference to the bass sounds. I've got even a patch called the opening, which is great for opening sequences of maybe a movie. Already, it starts to generate moods and feelings in your head, So I designed these patches to be extremely moody and emotional right off the get-go, so it's easy to just plug them and put them into a project. You know, I've got the workhorse bass pulse. Let's see what this is. Right, this is your standard pensive bass line. Right. So as you can tell, like I like the sound of a patch, and I make different versions and variations of it with different sonic colors and palettes. Based on the same patch. I tend to do this a lot. So yeah. All right. So let's go to the next one. Build ups. Well, I've done this on a motorcycle. I mean, you can tell it's synthesized, but I just did this for fun. It was a fun patch to create. Hits and transitions, little things that help transition between your music cues. The wash. Rise and hit. Let's try this one. Yeah, different things that you can help transition your cues with. I shouldn't go too much into detail with these guys, but yeah, these are these are just basic keys that I made, I guess, for general usage. Maybe not necessarily for scoring, but they're still okay to use. You know. Yeah, they can be used in scoring as well. And of course, I got the LFOs. If you don't know what an LFO is, it doesn't matter. It's basically another rhythmic form of synthesis that you can make for action movies as usual, or maybe even stuff like this. Right, or this. Let's try this one. Ooh. It's pretty tense. You can imagine what sort of scene this can be used for. Maybe a person getting chased down a dark alleyway, and you play this in the background. Yeah, stuff like that. As I've got a lot of different stuff, and let's try this one. Furious. Yep, stuff like that. try this one. This is pretty good. It also brings you like a tense moment. Like say maybe you have two people pointing a gun at each other and they're arguing over what decision to make in a scene, and a rhythmic pulse like that brings up the tension pretty well without interfering with the conversation. Yeah, stuff like that, you know. Okay, let's move on to the one note pads. The reason why I call this category one note pads is because I designed them such in a way that you just need to press one note and it will bring a whole mood to it. You know, for example, let's try this, the darkened. Already you can conjure up images of maybe a post-apocalyptic world, you know. And you can layer these with other stuff as well, you know. For example, very moody, you know. We can try something like the Disturbia, which I have actually put some XY performance to kind of vary the sound up a little bit so it doesn't sound so static. For example, like this. Sounds pretty disturbing, hence the preset name. What else have I got? Yeah, I've got stuff like this, a tension builder that's on a higher frequency. It brings certain feelings and emotions to your head where you can imagine what sort of movie scene this sort of sound would be used in. Okay, let's go on to pads. For example, I've got this. Pads are mostly just sounds like, you know, that you play in a chord format where it sounds like this. You can play, like, pads are used for more emotional moments in a film. Like maybe, for example, let's find something here. Yeah, let's say we have a scene where a mother's child has died and she's holding the child in her arms. You can play something heartbreaking like this. So yeah, it's more for the more emotional moments in a film, in any project really. So these are all kinds of different pads that I've designed with varying different colors. I can play them in a row for you. So they're all different shades, varying shades and colors just for the right mood and the right moment. So I don't like creating patches that sound wildly different from each other, like especially in a category. If I want to reach for pads, there's a certain kind of a sound that's to my taste, and usually it's something that is more subtle. So like I made like tons of subtle patches that they just have different tints and colors to them. Okay, let's move on to percussion. Yes, you can actually make percussive sounds in a synthesizer. Let me show you what I mean. Let's say the cello smacker. Right, pretty cool, huh? Got the chopstick. This is good for adding a rhythmic layer on top of anything that's rhythmic, I guess. Maybe for an action scene again. Chopstick in your ass. Yeah, that's smart. Okay. And I've made taiko drums. It sounds pretty good, for a synthesized sound, Try this. It's something pretty cool as well. The Halo Thunder. You can tell already what kind of dramatic effect that this patch can do. The punctuator, let's try. Yeah, you can use this to punctuate, like for example. Stuff like that, we've got more percussion-based stuff here. Ooh, this is good. Yeah, some arcs in here to get an idea of what the percussion is going to sound like. I've got my classic scissor sound here as well. So it's really nice. You can actually make a lot of percussive sounds from a synthesizer, man. And I like doing stuff like that because I like sounds that sound like some kind of an instrument, but yet is not exactly that kind of instrument. Sounds that sound like maybe a violin, but it's not really a violin either. I like stuff like that. Okay, let's move on to. I've got lots of stuff here. Pluckers, as you know, these sounds like plucks. You can maybe use this in a sci-fi rhythmic cue. Stuff like that. You can layer all these sounds with your orchestral strings and brass, and it'll be perfect. And ribbon control. This is my favorite, the Man of Steel laser. It sounds like Superman's laser coming out of his eyes. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, let's go on to soft melodics. Soft melodics are basically sounds that I will use in a more intimate setting. Like for an example, a mother is putting a child to sleep, and you need something that is a little more tender, nothing too heavy, right? I've got all of these soft sounds in a category, and as you can see, I've named most of them after fruits. So, for example, you get something like this. This is one of my favorite ones. As you can tell, it's for the more intimate, softer moments in a film, and I tend to rely quite a lot on these. So I've got quite a lot of different shades of it. I can just do a brief go through. And let's go on to synthesizers are basically some patches that I felt could be of generic use, so I shan't really go into all these, but I made quite a bit of them as well, as you can see. Let's go to textures. All right, textures are basically what I've used for horror movies and thrillers and stuff like that. And let me show you an example. Let's try the attic. Pretty cool. As you can tell, this is for extreme tension, right? I've got lots of different sort of textures as well, like this one. This sounds like when you discover a dead body, so I called it the body bag. What's this one? Yeah, I've got lots of different stuff. Ooh, very moody. Sounds like you're walking into a trap, It could be used for, I don't know, anything that requires something as dark as this. I've got quite a lot of different stuff here. I've got even a ear ringer, something that your ears hear when a bomb explodes right next to you, like this, which can sometimes come in pretty useful. This is a good one too. Very nice. Yeah, so a lot of these textures are all pretty dark, as you can tell. I love dark textures. They're great for all kinds of stuff, especially, really serious stuff. Wow. Yep. It sounds deranged, all right. This one sounds like maybe somebody is about to kill you, and that killer is just staring right at you in a very scary, deranged way. And then you play this. Yeah, it works well for a dramatic effect. And last but not least, let's try this one, the Roswell incident, named after the famous UFO incident. I named this patch Roswell incident because it sounds like a UFO hum. But it can also be applied in dark situations. Where maybe it's your character in the movie discovers something that he's not supposed to discover, and you can play a dark patch like this. Stuff like that. So yeah. So that's all in a nutshell. I don't want to go on for too long. So these are all the hundreds of custom patches that I have over the years that I've made. And I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Yeah, right on. Thank you so much. See you and take care.